Boom! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Perfect Bag. My name's Klint, and we are back for another one-take bag review. Today, we are talking about something a little bit different. It's the first time that we've ever reviewed a travel duffel on the channel. Travel duffel. What travel duffel are we reviewing? It's this travel duffel. This is the TD35 from Evergoods. I'm excited to dig in. You know what we do on this channel. We do one-take bag reviews. We're going to do, in one straight shot take, a full exterior walkthrough of this bag, an interior walkthrough. We'll get into camera number 2 for that. And when we get done with that walkthrough, you're going to get two things that I love about the bag, two things, not so much, and an overall discussion and recommendation. Who might this be? The perfect bag for. Super excited. Haven't done a travel duffel. We've done a lot of travel backpacks. I've even done a couple of roller bags. But this is the first full-on travel duffel. It's actually the first duffel bag that we've ever reviewed on the channel. How crazy is that? A whole style of bag, and we haven't done anything with it. Man, the world of bags is wide and wonderful. All right. Let's talk about this thing. Exterior first. So this is a beautiful ballistic nylon. It is very nice in terms of durability. It is very plain looking. It is a black rectangle. Is that a bad thing? Probably not for most people. It's fairly anonymous. Look at this. Proof. I took this thing traveling. I did. I took this thing traveling multiple times. I took it on a car trip and a plane-based trip, just so I could, before I had a chance to review this bag for you, really use this bag in a variety of scenarios and get to know it so that I can speak from real experience. Let's try to do that with every single bag I tell you all about. Real experience. What's this thing like? All right, so a couple of features on the exterior to talk about before we get into pockets. First off, we've got two outstanding handles. They remind me of the side handle from the CPL 24 on Evergoods, but there's two of them and they're a little bit thinner. They're very comfortable, which is a good thing. We'll talk about that in a little bit. They're very comfortable and they do overlap very easily. What do I mean by that? I mean that this bag, you know, if you carry them wide like that, it works, but if you double them up and overlap them, it's even a little bit more comfortable. So they do overlap very easily. There is no snap or Velcro or anything closure to keep them bundled up, which I did not actually find myself missing. I thought I might, but I didn't. You do have nylon zipper pulls. You do have no aqua guard on the zippers, just FYI. What that produces, it's like, am I playing the cello or the harp here? What that produces is super smooth zipper action, but also it produces maybe some exposure for your tech goods if you are in a wet and rainy situation with this bag. You do have one 2x2 hook and loop panel right here for Evergoods shenanigans. You can buy things from them, or you can get a small patch made from another maker. What I don't recommend you do is put a larger patch on a smaller patch field when it's a travel bag. You're going to end up either losing that patch or damaging that patch because you're tossing this thing in overhead bins. You're potentially, if you have to check it, even though you don't want to, you're tossing this into an airplane and then it's coming out on a luggage carousel, and yeah, you're going to lose your patch. So I would get a thin patch if you're going to patch it up at all, or just leave it as a fuzzy field, and you can, you know, do some tactile ASMR and relax and rub the fuzzies over there. All right. Is there anything else on the exterior? Yes, there's a couple of other things for us to talk about on the exterior of this bag that I think are pretty important. Thing number one, these buckles. What are these buckles? Well, these buckles are strapped down, and it helps with the form of this bag, because watch this. Pop this open. And I promise you it's normally easier than that. So, boom, sorry about that. And then what does that do? It expands a whole wing of this bag, okay? That accomplishes two things. So we've now gone from rectangle to, what is this shape? 1, 2, 3, 4, still 4 points. Is that a trapezoid? I don't know. Oblong trapezoid? What is that, math majors? Tell me. All right, but we've expanded this into more of a tote shape. Why is it more of a tote shape? Well, because we also have this. This is a handle to carry this travel duffel, as you would expect, over your shoulder, not just by those grab handles. So we will snap this into place. And now what happens when you carry it is that those go vertical, just like the Chio we looked at earlier from Alpha 19er. And those go vertical, so that's not additional storage space in those wings. That prevents it helps the bag kind of maintain its shape and carry easier and conform to your body. It'll all make sense here in a little bit when I wear this bag for you. But for now, we'll take this strap off and I'll tell you about said strap. This is about 2¼ inches of folded over nylon. Feels really thick like seatbelt material, and it's not just one strap folded over, it's a piece of nylon with 2 other pieces of nylon sewn on the sides and folded over. I haven't ever really seen a strap like this before, and it's really comfortable. Like really comfortable without adding additional bulk and foam to the handle, which I really appreciated, because when I just want to handle or carry this bag by its handles, then you can very easily fold this down to a small size and stick it in one of the pockets. And there's a lot of pockets. We'll get into them, I promise. And then flip these suckers down, snap them back in place, and your TD35 is back in grab handle mode and this tight rectangular form factor, which is really, really nice. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about with this bag is structure. So foam padding structure I think is really interesting to me on a duffel bag. And you'll notice that one thing this bag is not doing is flopping down. Now if you look at the sides here, this snap is what gives it its vertical structure, but the material itself is really poofy. But these sides, no matter whether it's crunched up or fully expanded out to, and look at that, fully expanded out. So crunched up or boom, wide and fully expanded out, the sides don't collapse at all. That's because Evergoods has run foam all the way under the bag, like in a U shape. It's not just on one side and on one side. There's foam that's running all the way around the bag, and that gives it a ton of structure. You can feel the foam on the bottom of the bag, and it's not 3 pieces of foam. It's just like a whole thing, and it's really protective, and it gives a ton of structure to the bag. So Evergoods team, as usual, has really thought this through. And I think if I were to pick one word to describe Evergoods as a brand, it would be that, thoughtful, okay? Not thoughtful like send you a Christmas card, thoughtful like intentional, okay? So everything on this bag is clearly really well thought out, and that really affects the user experience on the bag as well. Let me show you what I mean. Meet me at camera number 2. All right, everybody, here we are in camera number 2, and goodness gracious, let's talk about this thing. All right, we got exterior pockets to get into first, and then interior pockets. This front pocket over here, boom, is an admin section, and it's a really good one. So you've got foam on both sides of this section. You have a red key leash, nice little touch here. Then you have a big section, a pin section, and another big section. So 4 big sections. What do I mean by big sections? I mean, you can toss an EDC wallet into them, a passport holder, you know, some mints, some Altoid tins. You can really use this section for whatever you want. You could conceivably make this into like a DOP kit. You could make this into a tech carry section. You could put all your chargers in here, but because it's not overly specific with a lot of pin slots and a lot of credit card slots and stuff like that, you can really use this however you want. So nice admin section, good organization in that section of the bag. On the back side, you've got the same thing, but it is just a laptop sleeve section, but it's not so specifically a laptop sleeve that you couldn't put other things in. It is padded, but not overly padded. I used it for my tablet, but you could use it for a lot of things that you just wanted to keep separate from the main compartment. All right, show you these handles, show you the zipper up top, show you the zipper pulls themselves. You've got a dual zipper up top here. And then let's open this sucker up. Look at this. It opens wide, really wide, and it's got the feel of like a laundry hamper, the way that it opens, which is really, really nice. So what do I have in here? This is a little packing cube. I'm not going to open it up because it has all my vitamins and toothbrushes and everything in there, but a little packing cube compartment from Evergoods as well. Fits very nicely with these bags, a whole travel ecosystem, and you could get a lot of cubes into this duffel very easily. So we'll take that out for a second. Just want to show you, see the bisection down here at the bottom? You can fold this bag down pretty considerably. Or you can poof it open pretty considerably, right? So look at that. Now, what else do we have in here? Do we have any pockets on the side? Nope. We've got a label right here, and then we've got one zippered compartment way up top here that is very, very slim. No drop pockets, no slip pockets, one zippered compartment that is very slim, and it's so high up and it's so color matched that it's almost like a hidden compartment, okay? So it's not really technically a hidden compartment, but you can use that to store you know, some cash, etc. when you're traveling. What about on this side? Anything on this side? Nope, nada. So those are the two pockets, right? Not quite. Not so fast, my friend. We also have these. Look at this. So let me pop open the wing here. And look at that. So you actually have a gigantic pocket on both sides here. Look at that. So I've stuck the strap down in there, but you can put a lot in that side pocket. You can put like, well, this is kind of a useless demonstration, but this is a 28-ounce Yeti cup. Drops down in. I could get two of them in there. It's a weird size thing. Look over here. Look over here, everybody. It's another pocket. Boom. Open this up. And I've got my travel razor down there. Got some deodorant down there, but you can use it as a dop kit. You can use it as pretty much anything. You'll see a black plastic piece down there. That's just the back side of this Duraflex buckle. So really nice side pockets. I actually really found myself loving the usability of that, but look how massive this gaping maw is. It's listed as a 35-liter pack. Carries a little bigger than that, feels a little bit wider and bigger and more spacious than that 35-liter size. I mean, it is really, really big when fully expanded to max capacity. And it's got a lot of give in it. Now, even when you zip it up, it's still got massive, massive size. Okay, everybody, let's talk about this thing. Meet me back at camera number 1. Okay, the travel duffel from Evergoods, the TD35. Wow, okay, surprising. I have never used a travel duffel before. I've kind of used a travel duffel. Hear me out on this. My normal weekender bag is the Mission Workshop Drift Tote. And so it's kind of duffel-y. It's an oversized tote bag. This is kind of an oversized tote bag with a duffel carry. But this is really, really convenient to travel with. And I guess here's where I'm stuck. Is it a good travel duffel, or did I just discover that I like travel duffels? I don't know. So what are two things that I really, really like about this bag? The first thing I really like about this bag is the structure. So this isn't the first duffel bag I've owned in my life, and most of them have been, you know, kind of a floppy mess, with the exception of a couple of like old school vinyl ones that are just a stiff material. But this is the first one that has intentional structure with the foam and support system that's built into it, so that it maintains its shape, but also has the ability, because of, you know, some choices that they've made, to shrink down to a smaller size should you want that or need that. Yeah, so the first thing I really enjoy about this bag is the structure, and that includes the well thought out system for maintaining a slim form factor, like when you're shoving this thing into an overhead bin, or just carrying in a crowded situation, to turn it into, almost a briefcase style carry. Yeah. So ultimately the structure and the grab handle carrying with the flaps that strap down, like really, really nice. Carries well and carries a ton. The second thing that I really like about this bag is the pockets on the interior. So I showed you those. The pockets that are kind of under these wings in this section are really useful. Like those subdivisions are insanely, insanely useful. I loved them. Found myself using them for all kinds of little drop-ins. Not just my travel razor, but when I had this thing shrunk down a little bit smaller. Look at that. It's like a tiny little version of this. Yeah. It's even got the little hook and loop thing there. It's like a little baby version. It's so cute. So when I had this streamlined a little bit more, I tossed this in one of those side pockets. Yeah, it's just really cool. So love those side pockets. Haven't experienced anything like that before. And I loved the structure of the bag. Couple of things that I think could be better. Number one, these outer pockets are really, really tight. So you can get stuff into them. They're not so impossible to get things into, but as you load out the rest of the duffel, everything in here is just kind of a slim space. So, overall, I found myself not wanting to use these exterior components, these exterior pockets, as much as I enjoyed the interior compartments. Not sure how I'd fix that, because I also really do value the rectangular form factor. Made it really easy to slide it into spaces, whereas a round would really have lost some of the space or increased the overall space if you maintain the height. So yeah, I just didn't find myself loving the side pockets as much as I love the rest. Now the second thing that I found myself not liking, I guess this just might be travel duffels. If you're used to a roller bag, or if you're used to a travel backpack, you may find yourself about halfway through your trip with a really sore shoulder or a really tired arm. What do I mean by that? I mean that when you load this out for a longer trip, say you're going for a week to another city, and this is really loaded out with all your clothes, another pair of shoes, your DOP kit, etc., etc. Maybe even some kind of gift you're bringing or a gift you purchased on the back end. This thing is full, okay? So imagine yourself now carrying this through, the TSA line, and then, 25-minute walk across the Atlanta airport, waiting on a flight, carrying it onto said flight, taking it back off, putting it in the Uber, etc. Sometimes we're carrying our bags for quite a long way, like hours at a time. Hand carry, even when you're switching hands, that can become quite a load, and you have to make sure to distribute the load evenly so that you're not constantly tilting the bag one way or another. Shoulder carry, this is a comfortable strap. It is, but no strap with a fully loaded bag that is just on one shoulder for a long period of time is going to be a completely painless experience. So there's a little bit of kind of just adjusting the strap and switching from shoulder to shoulder. Is it a deal breaker? No, and it's not something that's wrong with this bag. It's just, I think, a choice you have to make when you decide if you want to go travel duffel or if you want to go, roller carry-on. No wrong answer, no right answer. It's a preference. Now, I've made my choice. What is my choice? Am I going to go on these longer trips with a travel backpack? Am I going to be a, convert to roll-on, carry-on? Roll-on, that's deodorant. Roller carry-on. Or have I been converted to Team Duffel by my experience with the Evergoods TD35? Well, I'm on Team Duffel. All right. What is this? This is my brand new Griffin duffel bag from Evergoods. I've had so much fun traveling with my TD35. It's been a really neat experience. Is it transformative? It maybe stops just short of transformative, but man, oh man, do I have, I love the usability of the bag. I love the form factor of the bag. I love the grab handles. I found myself, with some sore forearms, but not so bad that I wanted to break it up, and I enjoyed it more than lugging a carry-on behind me. And honestly, if I have this, I was able to wear an EDC backpack. So if you wear a travel backpack, then your second carry has to be a little sling or something, or it's a roller with a laptop onto the handle and all that. But I really enjoyed hand carrying this and wearing an EDC backpack as my get up. It worked really, really well. So I liked the TD35 so much that I bought it again. And I'll be selling this one because y'all know I love my Griffin stuff. I love this wax canvas. I just think it's so dynamite, so fire. And speaking of fire, boom, fire, fire. Look at that. It's just too much. It's just so sexy. All right. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed getting a chance to check out not one, but two TD35s. This is the readily available one. This is the special edition one, but stick around and Evergoods will keep popping out different colorways, different materials, trying new things with their bags. But I gotta say, this is a winner. And this now is my favorite travel bag. And I'm enjoying using this more than I'm enjoying my travel backpacks right now. So this is the jam for travel. Can't recommend it highly enough. And I'll probably be checking out a few more travel duffels in the future now that I'm on, hashtag Team Duffel. Let me know in the comments. Are you team roller carry-on? Are you team travel backpack? Or are you team travel duffel? All right, everybody. That's it for now. Thanks so much, as always, for the love and support. And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.